crack. Yeah, and then be like, hey, you bastards, shut up, Lee.
Hey guys, how are you doing? It's digital. You guys over on the podcast, hello, hello, hello. You guys on Facebook, hello, hello, hello. You guys watching the replay on YouTube, hello, 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 hello.
Hello, 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 hello.
Yeah, so we are obviously live streaming on Facebook, guys. For you guys that are watching on YouTube and you guys that are listening on the podcast, we are live on Facebook. And so what we're going to do is just let Facebook build us a little bit of an audience, because it's what we need, right? But yeah, how are you guys? How are you guys doing?
On this lovely Friday Eve.
Yeah.
Back again with the Friday Eve.
Yeah, so for you guys, again, listening on the podcast, obviously you guys get this on a Monday and not on a Monday, on a Friday. And so happy Friday to you guys if you're listening to like bang on Friday. But we record this live stream Facebook on Facebook in our Facebook group, It's Digital. At 9 p.m. every single Thursday, and the way you can get access to that is by clicking the link in the show notes below. I'm gonna pop a link in there.
Yeah.
Click the link, and that's gonna send you over to get access to the YouTube channel, get access to the Facebook group, and then obviously it's got the podcast on there as well. Just everything in one place for you guys, because I feel like it's the way forward. Do you know?
Yeah. Yes, we're trying to get across all platforms, so that is the big idea for us, definitely.
Absolutely, for sure. But if you guys are like, what are we covering today? What are we covering today? We're covering money mindset. Like, money mindset is a big thing, for sure. Like, there's not enough people in the world or in anywhere that has the correct money mindset, and this is myself included. Let's go back maybe 2 years ago. My money mindset was absolutely abysmal, and if we can help you in any way, shape, or form access like your own money mindset and sort of like regenerate it and make it better. Maybe it's depleted right now, and maybe you've been told some brills in the past, and your grandparents or your parents or whatever have told you things about money that's essentially made you think bad about money and think that money is all evil and things like that. But this is what we're wanting to sort of try and scrape away for you guys. So yeah, if any of you guys are interested in where we are, I'm in the northwest of England. Shauna, where are you at?
I am in Luton, but I sound like I'm from the country and I don't know why.
You do indeed. Like, I don't know why, but makes you unique, right? I'm straight up northern. Like, there's no getting around that,
Straight up northern. All right.
Yeah, that's where we're at. If you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube, let us know in the comments where you are watching from too, where you're accessing this from. I want to see where you guys are at. So let's fire straight in. Like, let's not waste no time. Time is of the essence.
It is. It definitely is.
Yeah, if anyone is wondering what that is behind me on the whiteboard, I don't know if I think it's literally been there since last week because I love this quote. But it basically says, fear feeds fear. Find it, hunt it down, look it in the eye and say, fuck you. Okay? Podcast guys, I've got a whiteboard behind me, it's got that quote on.
It's a good quote. I love that quote. It's so good.
It is a good quote.
Anything with a swear word in.
I know, right? I was going to buy a book based on that this week, basically because it had a big swear word. I can't remember what swear word it was. Can you remember? I
remember you saying, what was it? Oh, no. I remember we were talking about it and you were like, any book with a swear word on the front of it, I'm going to buy it. I want to buy it.
Exactly. Like, it enticed me to buy it because if they're going to swear on the front cover, they're going to swear all the way through. And that is my type of vibe, right?
Yes.
That is me all over, okay? But yeah. That is it. So yeah, let's find some content for you guys now, right? Like I said, money mindset is where we're at this evening, for sure, or today, or whenever you are listening and watching the replays or the audios. But yeah, why is money mindset important? Okay, and money mindset is an overriding attitude that you have about your finances. It drives you to how you make key financial decisions every single day. And it can sort of have a big impact on your ability to achieve your goals. And if you change your mindset about money, then you're going to tend to make better choices about how to overcome the challenges that are faced with some like sort of financial financial challenges that are there, right? It's going to help you overcome them for sure. And if we can help you do that, that's going to be incredible. My money mindset, just to give you a little overcap on that, like my money mindset was absolutely horrendous. The amount of credit that I had out back in the day, like, yeah, and it wasn't anything that was going to ever earn me any money. It wasn't at all. It was like car finance, or I'd be like, oh, let's go on holiday, let's like get a loan out for that. Or you know, lads want to go on a weekend away, like, oh, let's get a loan out for that. You know, like I'd literally just run up so much credit. I would never not pay it. Don't get me wrong, I still paid the, you know, every balance that needed paying for sure. But it left me feeling, it left me without any money for my actual self of my own, which then turned me into getting more credit for things that again wasn't going to earn me any money, right? Like it was like a big never-ending spiral. And it was only until I started looking into business and looking into how I can make the financial change in my life, and make a big change in my life, obviously with the time freedom I wanted as well, is when I started to learn about money mindset. In fact, when I very first started looking into the online world, and I actually came into an online platform, the very first video that I watched was purely on money mindset. And I was like, wow, like, wow, do you know? And from there, like it sort of turned around, and I wanted to grow myself on that because I didn't want to be in that negative area around money for the rest of my life, right? It wasn't what I wanted. Okay.
Yeah, no. Absolutely. Do you know what, money? I think I, like yourself, I had such a way with money when first coming into the business. Like I don't think I appreciated money. Like I seen it as, I kind of associated it with evil, because I was like, oh, it's always money, money this, money that, you have to buy this, you have to buy that. And I really associated in that way, and I blamed it on money. That was its fault that I didn't have it. But as you said, it's the mindset that we take. But that's why I wanted to definitely teach on a money mindset. It's so important in this world, whatever you're doing in life, to have such a good money mindset, because you will learn to appreciate it more. But yeah, definitely, that's why we're excited to do this one.
Yeah, for sure. So Shauna, what is money mindset?
Yeah, so your money mindset is simply your set of beliefs, usually subconscious, about money. It's the way you approach earning, saving, spending, and sharing in your life. Your financial habits, let's be honest, there's a lot of them, they're good and bad, are rooted in your mindset, which is why this is such a big topic for us. Your feelings of security or uncertainty, limitation or resourcefulness, victimhood or generosity are impacted by your beliefs about money. And the thing is, we do all have different beliefs when it comes to money. Like Jack said about his experiences, my experiences, but now our mindsets are changed because we learn about it and we change our mindset in the way we see money. So all of the messages that you're internalized about money, what is driven into you over your life, over your lifetime boil down to two basic orientations towards money, which is abundance, I'd say, and
Scarcity.
that's it, scarcity. I couldn't think of the word.
Yeah, for sure. So like abundance and scarcity mindset around money is, and like finding on which one you are so then you can develop, is absolutely key. So let me go over these. So do you live in an abundant, expansive universe, or do you live in a world of fierce competition for scarce resources? And when we talk about money mindset, it really comes down to these two beliefs. So the scarcity mindset looks something like this: you're always scrambling to make a few bucks, a few pounds, like whatever currency you're in, or wondering how you can earn more money. You stress about paying bills, you complain about paying your taxes, you're going to resist giving anything away, and you scrimp and save, yet somehow you never have enough money or cash or anything left over in your account for a nice dinner, a date night, a movie, okay? And whether you're making minimum wage or a competitive salary, you have a pro mentality, and it never quite feels like enough. So scarcity beliefs about money mindset sounds something like this. So you're going to be saying like the affirmations like, I'm not good with money. Yeah. Someone else will take care of this for me. Yeah. People with money are greedy, and I'm not smart. I'm not talented. I'm not privileged enough to be able to have that money in my life. And having that sort of thing, like having that sort of mindset and saying them affirmations absolutely sucks. Okay. For sure. So Yeah, do you want to carry on, mate?
Yeah, absolutely. So, for example, if you're thinking, let's going to use Jack as an example. If you're thinking, Jack, that's not my mindset, that's just my life. That is how my life is. This is what I've been given. I don't have enough money. That's exactly what a scarcity mindset would say. And that you're instantly, by saying that, you're drumming into it that that's your life. You're never going to have that money. So you're drumming that into your mindset. But don't worry, if you are operating from a scarcity mindset, you are not stuck there. We were there. We are the biggest proof of it. We were in that mindset. And if you stick here with me and tell you what, stick with us and you'll see so much how your mindset can be changed. So, an abundance mindset. You appreciate what you have, whether it's pennies in your pockets or a private jet, and enjoy being generous with others. You have confidence in your ability to make and receive money. You know there's always enough there for you, and there will always be more. You enjoy sharing the wealth and don't throw over bills or unexpected expenses. And I think most of us would say, yeah, do you know what? That would be really nice. So an abundant mindset sounds like I love learning about money. I can take charge of my finances. Money gives people the opportunity to contribute to others and make a powerful impact. I am always just the way I am. Bear me 1 second. I think we've lost Jack. You're back.
That little technical glitch then, right? Doesn't matter, back.
It's real good. Right. So anyway, whether or not you're operating from abundance mindset right now, remember mindset is manageable. When you know where your beliefs come from, you can change them. And Jack, I'll let you hop in since you're back.
Yeah. So where does your money mindset, your money mindset sort of come from, right? Many of us are, have deeply ingrained beliefs about money, and that sort of comes from your childhood experiences that you might not even remember. And like I was saying, back at the beginning of this show, that these are rules that have been given by your parents, your grandparents, and things like that. Like it's not just what you may have found in adult life or growing up as a teenager about money. It's like what's been imprinted on you back in the day. Now, let's say, for instance, some of these rules are imprinted on you, let's say like 6, 7, 8 year old, and you're now like 20, 21, 22, 23. That's over 10 years ago, right? Things have changed. Okay. Like things have changed and you need to change with it, in my assumption.
Oh, yeah.
In my opinion, should I say. So yeah, if you were raised around an environment of scarcity, then you might not be sort of have the mentality to take the abundance sort of side of it into your adulthood, right? Maybe your parents were saying things like money doesn't grow on trees, or are you kidding? We can't afford that. Like these are things that I got, but then we also got like good things as well. Do you know? Like it was like a little bit of a mix with like me being fetched up for sure. But yeah, like that's the sort of scarcity around money that your parents may have had or whatever. And I know some people can't help that, and like there is people in situations that are not designed, but are going to have scarcity mindset around money because of the society around them or the environment around them, for sure. But it's up to you to help to make that decision to get yourself out of there and change, right? So early experiences of money and lessons taught by your family and the habits of the people around you are always going to affect how you think about money. So let's say your current environment, that matters too, right? Like right now, the people that you're spending time with right now, your neighborhood, the books you read and the podcasts you listen to, the research you're doing, the friends you have, like whatever. Yeah. This is going to show that you're going to be more affected by these people. Yeah. The environment matters so much. Okay. For sure. It's like anything. If you have a group of friends, and all your group of friends are always going down the boozer, yeah? Like you're constantly in the pubs, you're going to be constantly in them pubs too, right? Yeah. If your friends are constantly spending cash all the time, and maybe cash that they don't even have, so it's leaving them in a position where, 3 days after payday, they're like, holy shit, I have no money left. like that is what you're going to do too, because you think that that is not the normal way to do. And yeah, like, yeah, you need to figure that out essentially. So before you start cursing your childhood or vowing to ditch all the scarcity-minded friends, like, I want you to slow down, okay? The people around you do matter, okay? It's not really about them. Changing your mindset starts and ends with you, right? You've got to decide that you want to make that change. And let's say, for instance, you go and make that change, but all your friends are like, whoa, you do it, yeah? When they see that you made that change, you've took yourself into an abundant mindset.
Yeah,
they're gonna be like, how am I? Like, how can I get myself into that? You know, like they're gonna want to change into that too, and that is when you're then going to build that group of friends or that environment around you to best suit the lifestyle that you want to lead as well, right? Like, the more people that you show that this is the way forward, the more people are going to come on board, and then that's when your circle is going to essentially go for that sort of mindset with it. And so, like I said, and I'm going to say it one more time, the people around you do matter, okay? Changing your mindset starts and ends with you, right?
yeah.
For sure.
No, it definitely does, yeah. So money does need direction in a life. So most people know this as having a budget or a financial plan. I never was I used to plan my budget every month after payday, and I keep a budget plan now, because I find, not because I want to know what's in the bank, it's because I'm organized and I know what's coming in and what's going out, so I know what I have. Then this is appreciating the money and appreciating where it's going, and I'm sure Jack has the same. He probably has a financial plan or a budget plan in place, because that's how we change our mindset, because we want to be organized with our money and appreciate it. From a practical standpoint, this makes absolute sense. Not everyone will do it, because everyone's like, I don't really want to be sitting planning my money every month. To me, I started picking it up as a hobby because I'm that sad and I don't have enough, clearly.
But it's not about that. It's not about creating a hobby around it. It's not about doing that. It's that you become more conscious about the money the money around you, and you want to best plan that. Okay, maybe 2-3 years ago, you'd have been looking in your bank thinking, holy shit, like I've got to have this much until payday. Now you'd be looking in your bank and thinking, right, how can I put this money into places that at the end of the month is going to raise me more money? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the different mindset with it, you know?
Exactly. But to me, that's a different mindset. But that's what I'm saying, is because whatever way my mind's gone, I like doing it as a hobby. I'll sit and go through my money, what goes out to where, and I would quite enjoy it. And I'm like, oh, that's that done for the day. So I've made it into a little hobby for myself, not like every day, like at the end of every month.
I do it. I tend to do it once every 3 months. Like once every 3 months, I look in all my accounts. I see where money's coming from, and I see where money's been going out, and I see what any changes that we can make, right? Like that's what I do, yeah. And then I do like a thing for the next 3 months of what should be in certain accounts on each month, and what I can transfer into savings, what I can transfer into investment, what I can transfer into my, like, you know, what comes back into the business, what's you know, what comes out of the business for us to freely spend away. And like that's what I do every 3 months for sure.
Yeah, no, exactly. But that's the thing, if you don't have a plan, then you'll never have really a financial structure. You'll never have you'll never have fish. You'll never have a shift in your financial situation. And it is true, unless you know how your money is structured and what you're doing with it, your financial situation is never going to change, because you're not thinking about it in the right terms. So, however, the structure of this plan stems from the mindset that your money needs direction, which it does, because you need to give your money direction. Where's it going? What are you putting into? And you need also a plan in order to meet your financial goals. No one sits down and goes, I want to earn this by the end of the year, and doesn't plan how to do it. Unfortunately, it's not that easy, and it doesn't happen that way. I wish I could do that, to like, I'm going to have this by the end of the year, but no, I've got a plan how I'm going to have it by the end of the year, and what direction I'm going to go in, and what way I'm going to spend my money in to have that direction.
For sure. Now, one thing that I would highly suggest anybody does is cutting emotional spending. So emotional spending is absolutely a huge issue for many people, like, because we're often driven by our emotions, and not just for money, that's with everything, right? On what's, we're driven by that, by what's happening in our life. So if life isn't moving according to our plan, then we feel powerless, all right? And amidst the chaos and everything that's going on, you turn to money in order to make things right. Okay, money tends to represent power, right?
Yeah.
That's what but people have always said that, like, oh, money's power, money's root of all evil. Like, no, money is power for sure, if you do it in the right way. And so money represents power. So it's no surprise that when you use it to ease people, when you're using it to ease your pain in an emotional situation, to regain a sense of control when life throws a few curveballs, like that's what tends to happen. Like, how many people have done that? Do you know what I mean? Like, how many times have you been in an emotional situation, whether that be a good or bad emotional situation, and you've been flicking through Amazon and you're like, oh, I'll have one of them, I'll have one of these. Oh yeah, well, I need that in my life, I need this in my life, I need that in my life. Like, it caught in emotional spending, like cut the emotional bullshit spending, and it's going to get, your financial situation for sure is going to get much better. Going back to what I was saying at the beginning as well, like getting credit out. I felt like when I wanted to get a new car, I felt like I needed to go out and get credit for that car because I wanted a new car, a newish, a pretty newish car, because I wanted to feel established within my environment and within the community of people I had around me. I wanted to feel like that. And one thing that one of my mates said, and I was saying to my mate, like, obviously this was years ago, I was saying, oh, I've got a newer car than you. You know what I mean? Like, do you know how lads are?
Yeah.
Like, I've got a newer car than you. Like, check my car out. Like, you're driving that banger and things like that. And he's like, yeah, but I own my car. I own my car. A credit company owns yours. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's a simple. Do you know what I mean? And it all goes back to that the emotion attached around that spending, right?
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, it's money is personal, not relative. So let's be honest, it is so easy to compare your financial situation to those in your family, friends, or your co-workers, or even strangers. Sometimes look at strangers, seeing what they have, and you're like, why does their financial situation seem to be better than mine? But the thing is, this can create feelings of lack, even envy, despair concerning the state of your finances. So consider your personal financial goals for yourself, not as they should be in a relationship to what you see in others. So you may see someone driving the latest car. Speaking of cars, like Jack just said, he went out and got finance for this car. So you might see someone driving the latest car and feel jealousy and like, why have they got that and I haven't? However, you may not see they are just barely scraping together the money to make the payments every month. Yeah, as you compare your situation, it shifts your mindset from being appreciative for everything that is around you and what you have in your life to now being insecure about what you don't have, because you're seeing other people have things that you don't. Money is personal and best kept that way to avoid a negative shift that will inevitably affect your financial situation. You need to always be focused on you and not what is happening outside of your circle, because that is going to bring you into an insecure mindset about what you don't have, when you should really be appreciating the things you do have because of the money you have.
For sure. Like, changing your money script as well is going to be absolutely key. So like we were saying before, with them like affirmations, like I am not worthy of having that money, like I'm not worthy of it, like saying things like that isn't any good. So if you've ever said to yourself, I'll never be able to afford that, or maintain the perspective that you'll never be as successful as your wealthy friends or the wealthy people that may be around you, then you're encountered in a negative money script. Okay, money scripts shape the mental tape that we have about money. All right, and these are commonly referred to as money blocks, and you need to sort of get shut of them. I can help you do that. I'm sure Sean can help you do that. Like, reach out if you want to scrape their back. But negative money scripts can have disastrous effects on your financial situation, because what you think affects you, like what you're sort of thinking that affects you is going to sort of shape the actions that you're going to take, and eventually the results that you're going to be getting. Okay, you can see why it's very important to identify. Like, I was a bit Australian, and I'd moved to the other side of the world. Like, what is that?
You started
What
off
is
north, now you're
that?
in another country.
I know, like now I'm an Aussie, like big up Aussies, love you all. So you can see why it's important to identify any negative money security. I'm done. That's done, man. But yeah, so it's important to identify the negative money scripts so that you can shift them into positive scripts that are going to eventually shape your financial life in a positive way. And as you consider these changes to your finances, start with examining your mindset to see how you maybe sabotaging yourself even while planning for your financial future, right? Like even when you're planning to do that, you're sabotaging it because of the money mindset you got in, right? You know, I know I did, right? The money mindset I had before I started my business, when I came to start my business, I was like, I can't do that. The very first investment I did for my business was around about £70, £79, I think it was. Can you remember from like back in then? Like £79, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
Something ridiculous to now. I literally say to some people that want to start a bit, I'm like, what is that? Like, it's cheaper now, to be fair. Like, it is cheaper than that. But I'm like, what even is that? Like, there's nothing compared to what you can when you start to learn and educate yourself about the entrepreneurial world and digital marketing. What is that? Yeah. But I was in them shoes, and I sometimes forget that I would be like, whoa, £79 can get me so much more. Yeah, £79 can fill my tank up in my car twice over, and I can go and drive, go on long drives. Because at that point in time, like I used to love driving in the car, going around, like just having long drives. Like I was like, no, that can do that. Or £79 could buy me a new pair of treads. £79 could buy me, like, we could go out for a meal. Could go out for a meal. Then we could go somewhere else for dessert. Then we can go to the pub and have a couple of drinks and still have change at the end of the night. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, £79 could have got us a lot, but now I'm like, best £79 ever sport. Ever spent. Right? Yeah.
Or sport,
Sport.
if you want to spend £79 on sports.
Yeah, man, my word's gone. Like, I'm done tonight.
He's finished. He's done.
You know what it is? I'll be truthful with you guys. I don't know if any of you guys have seen my Instagram story, but I've just had like an hour team call before this, and then I had to jump on. And then obviously jumping onto the digital call. Usually I don't really deal with the team call on a Thursday night. I just literally come to you guys and try and give you guys the best thing. But I thought, you know what? Tonight I can do both. Like, I will commit to doing both because the team, we need to be with them, right?
Yeah, no. Well,
probably.
We're all glad you're here, Jack. All glad.
Probably not happening again, right?
We're all glad you're here. Either if you're Northern or Australian, we are glad you were on the call with us.
Aye.
So, how you think about money determines the role it plays in your life, which is very true. So do not get me wrong, we're not turning around saying to you that the numbers in your bank account don't matter, because they definitely do, but they are not the whole story. If you've tried to tell me in my early 20s while I was working, God, I was a job jumper. I was a massive job jumper. I had a new job every year. I was terrible. I am a massive job jumper, and I hate to say it, but I am, because I get bored easily of what I'm doing and I want to change. But I obviously have debt, as Jack says. He had debt. I mean, I paid a debt I have, but I used to be such a different person about debt I had. I used to be like, oh God, that, but it's not bothered to me anymore. It's like, why would I worry about that? It's getting me what I want in my life, and I'm paying it off. I've got no struggles. I am happy financially in where I am in life. But I was more concerned with the way how my bank statement was changing, the way my brain looked at it. Because I was looking at bank statement and I was always seeing this coming out, which isn't the case now. But now, definitely years later, and Jack's the same, I think, I am so much happier looking at my bank and going, so what can I do with this money? Because why save it until I get paid? Because I can invest it and do things I want with it, and it's going to get me places. Because I'm not like, I'm going to go, like Jack used to say, go on a holiday here. I'm going to go buy, I don't know, what would I go and buy? Okay, I go shopping because I don't really know what I buy. So I buy games. I'm a PS4 freak. But yeah, go buy loads of games. But the thing is, now I can look back and see change in my beliefs personally about money changed everything. True wealth depends on your money mindset. If you don't think you deserve to have the money, you'll never have it. But if you appreciate money, money will find you. And that's the truth.
For sure. So, what is your money mindset? You guys that are listening to this, you guys that are watching this, you guys that are doing whatever around this, like, what is your money mindset? If you want to achieve your financial goals, start making peace with where you are now. Appreciate what you have. Find small ways to be generous, choose a more positive and abundant money mindset. And when you change them beliefs, you change everything. Like, you will see this big shift happen. Like, it's a switch that changing your money mindset doesn't happen overnight, but the switch happens overnight, right? It takes a long time to get to it, but then switch, and it's like you can hear it click. It's weird, right? It's like with anything around mindset, it's that's what's going to happen. So let's turn sort of this into action, sort of action taking experience for you guys, right? So what I want you to do is grab an pen and pen and spend 5 to 10 minutes writing down answers to these questions. Okay, so if you're watching this on a replay or listening to this on whatever, on podcast or whatever, then hit pause, go grab an pen and pen, come back. If you're watching on the live stream, that's fine, don't worry about it. You can either go back or write down these questions and then answer them in your own time. But yeah, let's go. So, what money problems in your life do you want to solve? Yeah, ask yourself what you want to solve. For me, I wanted to have more money to be able to, I didn't want to literally just be earning, like working to earn money, to put a roof over our heads, to feed my family, pay the bills, and have nothing left. Like, I didn't want that situation. Yeah.
No, definitely.
What negative or scarcity centered beliefs have sort of stopped you from solving these problems until now? So I'm going to read that again. What negative or scarcity centered beliefs have stopped you from solving these problems until right now? Yeah, ask yourself. And now what I want you to do is write down all the reasons each of those beliefs is complete and utter BS, complete and utter bullshit, right? Access the deeper, wiser access the deeper,
you got my accent.
Wiser part, wiser part of yourself that knows that they're bullshit, right? And make an impassioned case against these beliefs. You have the power to change your beliefs about money, guys. Create an abundance mindset to transform your life from one of scarcity to generosity, which benefits all of us, right? The right beliefs about money just is going to expand your knowledge, your life, your mindset, your everything, right? Having them right beliefs. Okay, so was there enough money when you were growing up, or was it a sort of struggle, right? Was it enough money, or was it a struggle? Like I said to you, like with my mom especially, like it was a little bit the here and there, right? She would make sure that we had really nice things. But then when we wanted something there and then, it would be a case of money doesn't grow on trees, like we haven't got enough money for that, or, you know what I mean? But then when it comes to birthdays, when it comes to Christmas, when it comes to things like that, we would have the things that we wanted.
Yeah.
Right? And it was all about sort of like helping in that way, like to be like, you don't get what you want, but you're going to get the nice things, right? So yeah, was there enough money when you were growing up, or was it a struggle? So this could have happened because of deaths, because of family divorce, because of illnesses, for unemployment, or any other hardships frequently leading to the financial stress, tension, and feeling that scarcity around money. How did your parents talk to you about money, and other people about money? Did they make snide remarks about the rich bitch next door, or did they pay the tax willingly, or badmouth the government and complain about corruption? Like, ask yourself these things. Like, what can you remember? You know, how were their sort of their sort of conversations, right? just to let you know, rich bitches, yeah, when you think someone's a rich bitch, they tend not to be. Just to let you know that. Yeah.
Thank you for the input. That's really good to know, actually. I'll keep that.
They do, it's fact, right? When you become like, obviously some rich bitches are rich bitches, and you know they are, like, for instance, Kardashians, you know that they're rich bitches because that's just their way of life, right? That's just their way. But the normal day-to-day people, when you're like, oh yeah, there must be a rich bitch, no, like, probably not. The people that are wealthy tend to not look wealthy. Do you know what I mean? For instance, look at Simon Cowell, for instance, right? I'm using him because I know this. Like, Simon Cowell, what does he wear every single day? He wears jeans, yeah, and he wears a black top.
Yeah,
that is what he wears. He doesn't wear branded stuff. He doesn't wear expensive stuff. Like, he could. I'm not saying he does, but he could literally pass going to Primark, getting a pair of jeans, getting 10 pair of jeans and 10 black tops, because it's the same outfit every single day, right? Obviously won't. It probably will be designer kit, but he doesn't look like a rich person, does he? He doesn't look like, when if you look at him, you only know he is because of the career and the industry he's in, and and the things that he's had, yeah. But to look at him, you wouldn't think that, right?
No, it's very good for where he is and his success. He's so chill about how he kind of, what's the word for it, presents himself. He doesn't have to have like £2,000 watches, doesn't have to be wearing Gucci and all that. He is who he is. He likes clothes he likes, and it's so casual. As you said, if you looked at him and didn't know who he was, which if you don't, Simon Cowell, look it up, it's there. But but yeah, no, so guys, to be honest, I think why the biggest reason we wanted to do this is we want you to understand why it is so important to understand your money mindset. Me and Jack can't talk tonight, just let it go over your head. We're getting there eventually. But
I wish alcohol were involved. Like, I wish that was the reason. There's not, like, nothing.
That would be great.
I know, right?
We would talk better with alcohol.
But at least we'd have a reason for not speaking properly, you know?
I reckon we talk better. I think we'd make more sense, mate. But yeah, so understanding your money mindset and where it came from helps you change it. Just like you plug your coordinates into the navigator before setting out on a journey. So I'm going to get words out, don't you worry. It's a journey, right? So you also want to understand your current beliefs about money. So as you shift your mindset, knowledge of where you started helps you realize just how far you've come. Like, we're talking on our knowledge, how far we've come, what we thought of money, and where we are now with money. It's like looking at the navigator and know that you've already traveled 200 miles, which is so true. Because when you get there to your destination, it goes, we are here. You're looking like, God, I traveled that long. And it does feel like that. But the difference with money, though, is that it's the journey of a lifetime, because money is involved in your whole life. It's never going to go away. It is always there. And the thing is, we never really arrive at the destination. We just keep growing. The goal is the journey itself. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey you've traveled and how your beliefs changed over that time.
Absolutely. So how you guys are getting to this point now, right? We know we're 40 minutes in, and you're like, well, guys, stop telling me about money mindset. Stop telling me about the scarcity, the abundance. Like, what you're going to be saying is, how the fuck can I change, and how can I make that shift? So let me tell you this, right? Shifting your money mindset starts with awareness. You need to become aware, paying attention to your thoughts, your behaviors, your actions around money. Your thoughts about money will influence your feelings, and your feelings affect the behavior, all right, which then affects your actions around money. Yeah. So for example, you think that money is the scarce commodity, and you feel stressed, you feel anxious, you might lash out at people in your family for their financial wellness, right? Like they're wealthy, all right, and their carelessness or money mistakes, okay, because they can, okay. But you won't be generous, and you might even hoard money and material possessions to yourself, right? Conversely, if you think that there is more enough money to go around, you'll feel calm, you'll feel positive, you'll feel optimistic. Yeah, you'll openly share, you'll be generous, you'll take chances with your money on new endeavors and sort of investments, right? For sure. So I like to envision the money mindset as a scale with scarcity and lack at one end. And then on the other is like the wealth and the abundance, right? So note that your money mindset has nothing to do with how much money that you earn, right? Your money mindset has nothing to do with how much you earn, or in fact, how much that you can have, okay? There are wealthy people who live with a scarcity mindset, believing that they're not enough, there's not enough money to go around, and that we'll never have enough, and that people of minimal means and possessions who feel blessed, abundant, and welfare are on a bone deep level, okay? So most of us are somewhere in between the two extremes. And so as you become more aware of your mindset, you're going to encounter on your own limiting beliefs around it and the money blocks that get in the way of changing. And these beliefs prevent you from feeling or acting more abundant, okay? There's one thing that I will say right now, and this is real good. What can I say? It's a quote? I don't know. So like you need to like be, do, have, right?
Yep.
You need to be the person you are, you want to be. Yeah, and I'm not saying that's, you want to be wealthy, you want to be able to go and splash loads of cash stuff. I'm not saying go and do that like straight away, because if you're not in a situation to do that, don't do that. But be the person that you want to be to have the things that the people that person has, right? It's all about, it's like attracting it into your life, right?
Yeah.
But this is all perfectly normal, okay? We all have money blocks, yeah? I still have a couple now, right? I still do have some, right? And I work on them, right? They're never going to go away. They're always going to be there, yeah? But it's your way of switching them and finding the better way to look at it, okay? Limiting beliefs and money blocks keep reappearing in newer and different forms. And your work is sort of continually to uncover these blocks and dissolve them, to release them so that you can build a healthier and more confident relationship with your wealth. So,
Yeah.
True or false is here. True or false game.
True or false.
I know, right? So I used to do like not a true or false. What did I used to do on one of my old shows? Did I do quick fire questions, wasn't it? Quick fire questions.
Oh, love quick fire questions.
I used to love doing that. People used to love them as well. I'd never tell anybody who ever come to them shows like, oh, we're gonna do some quick fires, and then I throw it at them and they're like, what? But this is a true or false. So this is for you. Yeah. And for your situation around money and things like that. So look at it. When we're saying these, what I want you to do is be like, he's look at it at how you are right now. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, true or false. I'm no good with money. Is that true or is it false? I'm not smart enough to make a good living. Money doesn't grow on trees. I always make the wrong money decisions. I don't deserve to earn more money. I'm financially learning, like my financial learning is sort of disabled. Mm-hmm. People in my field never make enough money. Money isn't spiritual. I'm no good with numbers. My income is play money. My partner's money is the real money. Money is a man's world. Money can't buy you love. I'll always make dumb money decisions. Having money costs too much. People won't like me if I am wealthy. Rich people are snobby and shallow. More people are hardworking and noble. Wrong. Poor people are hardworking and normal. I don't know how I read that then. Money makes the world go around, and there's limited supply of money in the world. And last but not least, money burns a hole in my pocket, right? go back if you need to go back and rewind and go back through them, like see what you've said true or false to, right? Because this is going to allow you to also help you figure out what limiting beliefs and blocks you've got around money.
Yes, and you need to be honestly open and honest with yourself. Don't think, oh yeah, of course I'm this. Really think about it and be honest with yourself, because that's the first step to making a difference. You need to be really open and honest. It's hard. Me and Jack have been there ourselves, like, but you have to be honest, otherwise you'll never progress and you'll never see change in yourself. But here's some things also to think about. So, what money messages did you learn from your mum? Or what messages did you learn from your dad? What did they say about money? How did your parents save and spend money? Do you remember if they saved it and put it away once a week, or they spent it on this certain things like groceries? Was money talked about calmly, or was there always tension and fighting? Sometimes that can be the case depending on the situation. Did you work as a young adult? Why or why not? What made you want to work? Was it to help out, or was it to have money for yourself? And why didn't you? Because you had support? How were you taught to save, budget, and donut? I'm hungry apparently. Donate money, not donuts. But don't know about you, but my dad always drummed into me, always open a savings account and put money away, because one day you're going to need it. And he still drums that into me to this day. So that's what he taught me about it. Put away. But also, how might the money messages you inherited be affecting you today? How has it affected your mindset? Like, oh, money doesn't grow on trees and that. Like Jack tell you, I used to hear the same thing. But then that limited your belief, thinking, oh, it doesn't grow on trees, so it's limited. It's limited. Yeah, it's limited. It's not the other one. But yeah, it's limited. And suddenly your mind's like, oh, right, so money is limited. I have to be careful with how I look at money and the way I use money. That's already your mindset changed for the worst.
For sure. What I want you guys to do is to maybe go back, replay that, right? Replay what we just said then, what I said, what Shauna said, and see what answers you're gonna give, right?
Yeah.
For sure. But making small changes to shift your money habits, mindset, and behaviors is, again, it's key, right?
Crucial.
Yes, I like that word. Crucial. Crucial. It's like the cruciate course, right? Anyhow, if you're never looking at your financial statements, if you get most of them digitally, they're easy to ignore.
Yeah.
Commit to looking for 5 minutes a day. And if you have no idea what's flying with your money, start tracking your expenses. Write everything down that you spend. Mm-hmm. You don't have to do it with the information yet. You just need to get going on doing something, right? Something I do to track expenditure is I have spreadsheets, right? I do have spreadsheets, and that's not just business spreadsheets. Obviously, I have my own business spreadsheet to see what's coming in, what's going out on the business side. But like for what I take out of the business, or from what I earn from my full-time job, like I take that into consideration and then on what expenses I've got in living, right? So like rent, for instance, like we rent a house, we rent this house, right? It's not ours, we rent it. I find that right now that works best for us, like bills, electric, gas, water, broadband, like all these different things. I have them all written down on how much to come out monthly, and I see how much money that needs to be put away for them, and I see how much money I can put away in a savings, and I can see how much money I can put into an account for me to be able to freely spend. It's all about like calculating all these different things. And obviously, like I said before, I rejig this every 3 months to see if anything's changed. And quite often or not, like you will realize that things have changed, right?
Yeah.
So if you're already tracking your spending, that's great. You have a lot of information already there. Create a budget or get a spending plan at the beginning of the month or at the beginning of a 3-month period, right? Mm-hmm. And then stick to it. Make sure that you set aside money for any savings, for any investments, for any donations, for anything that you need to set aside money for. Like set it aside before, or at least calculate and budget that's going to be coming out.
Yeah.
So then you can learn what you have got freely to spend, right? yeah, there's so many people, right? And I've had these conversations in the past, and it's like for instance, when I've been doing any coaching calls or discovery calls, things like that, but then what money have you got freely to spend, you know? And it's like, oh, well, I earn around about £400 a week. And it's like, but how much have you got to spend? Well, £400. Well, no, because you've got your bills, you've got all the, oh yeah, no, and they literally have no clue on what money is available to them. Like they literally have no clue. Then the first thing is to go and look at your finances. And I tell people to go and look at these sort of spreadsheets. I think I may possibly have a template. If anybody wants it, reach out to one of us. You can catch me on Instagram at Jack D. Harker, or catch Shauna, Happiness and Positivity, and we can hook you up with something that's going to help you start to budget, right?
Yeah, no,
But
definitely.
what I want you to do is commit to giving to people as well, right? So I'm not saying find a charity of your choice. I'm not saying if you want to do that, crack on, like do that. But maybe I'm just giving maybe to family members, you know. Yeah, just like without any prompting from them to ask for it.
Yeah.
Just be like, oh, you know, oh, here's a tenner, like, have this, or oh, I want to go, you know, let's get a takeaway now. Let me treat you to a takeaway, you know, or let me, you know, let's go to out for lunch. Let me treat you to lunch. Do you know what I mean? Like, start giving generous stuff like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And these will start to, you know, essentially, law of attraction will help you out because you'll realize that you're becoming more generous with money, and you'll start to attract more money in your life. Another cool tip as well is to get a £10 note, right? Get a £10 note or a £5 note or a £20 note or whatever note you want, or whatever anything you got spare, and write down thank you. Like, write on it in permanent marker, thank you. And then either put it in your wallet, your purse, or in the back of your phone, like wherever it's going to be close to wherever you keep your money, or your cards or whatever, and have that always there with you. And that you don't ever spend it, like keep it, yeah. And just have that money and be grateful for that, what you've got there. And again, it's going to start attracting different things. I know we're battling about law of attraction, and I will, over the coming weeks, coming months, I am going to fetch a special guest on to speak entirely about law of attraction, how it can help your mindset, how it can help you attract the life that you want, how it can help you with money, how all these different things. It might even go over a couple of weeks, you know, but I will fetch somebody on that is a lot more qualified to speak about it than myself or Shauna is, right?
But yeah, also remember, if it might be funny if you do accidentally give that note away and it says thank you on, you've made someone's day, because they'll look at that and probably laugh and smile.
Yeah,
They're like, oh, you're welcome. Maybe
for
they'll give
sure.
it back.
I mean,
But
I've had one. Like, I have had, when I used to spend cash, like I rarely spend cash now, right? Like I pay a card for everything. Oh, well, Apple Pay. And so when I have one of these notes and it says thank you on it, and it is in my wallet, like I never touch it. But I had one. I when I used to spend cash, like I got one from a shop, and it was I think it was a 20, one of the old 20s, like
yeah,
the old paper 20s, and it said thank you on it, and I was like, huh, like what's that all about? But it made me smile, it made me wonder, and like whatever. So I went and just spent it because I actually spent cash, so it's fine. And then when I started to realize about this type of things, like in the law of attraction side of doing that, I was like, oh yeah, like that makes sense. Like it makes sense on why I received that, you know, because that's what somebody's done. But then obviously maybe that 20 quid was the expense accidentally or whatever, you know. The idea is that you don't do that, but
no, they definitely had a purpose, and it's weird that happened before you even, I guess, found out about that side of things and money. It's kind of like an early sign for Jack D. Harker coming soon.
yeah, for Jack D. Harker, for A to Digital, for GDH Marketing, for all different types of things, right? That's helped me become like he's moving me forward to who I am today, to not only a social media marketer myself, you know, digital marketer, but obviously the business coach that I am as well, and the mentor, and helping you guys with whatever you need help me with around mindset. Yeah. Yeah, it's what it's that essentially were really, you know, it's always, it must have been a sign, right?
Yeah, no, exactly. I always believe in signs. I think it definitely happens for a reason. Big believer in signs and that side of things. And no, definitely, I think that was definitely a sign. because I've actually never heard that story before, but that made me think, wow, that was definitely an early on sign, just saying thank you. And maybe you didn't know what it was for yet, but maybe it's thank you to the future self. And now you know why. Thank you, because it's showing gratefulness for that money. But it does definitely work, guys. Definitely do it. But if you do spend it, also don't kick yourself. You made someone's day, and you can also do it on another note.
Yeah, for sure. And on
Money
that,
can grow on trees.
and on that note, let me give you a little quick summary of what we spoke about today. And what we spoke about today. Like, guys, like if you need to go and replay this, go and replay it. Like, this is obviously available for you guys to do so. But your money mindset is compromised of your unconscious thoughts and beliefs around it and how it works in the world. But it's not fixed, right? Your money mindset is not set in stone, and it does not need to define the person that you are right now.
Yeah.
You have the power and the capacity to change it. Every morning when you wake up, you can create new thoughts and enact different behaviors around what's going to be going on.
Yep.
It doesn't matter where you were yesterday. It doesn't matter where you were a week ago, a month ago, a year ago, a decade ago. You can choose to take control of your money and your money mindset, right? Yeah, tonight's been awesome. Like, I love
Drop the mic moment.
I nearly dropped something then. Yeah, it's sort of, right? Like, it's your money mindset is I'm so glad I found it for me personally. And I hope you guys take benefit from it as well. Like,
yeah, no, absolutely, definitely. You have to definitely take control of your money and take control of your money mindset. It's so important. And a saying I love, and I think Jack does as well, is I love money and money loves me.
I love money, money loves. Yeah, I scream that all the time.
Literally.
Like, it's you are a badass.
Yes.
You are a badass at making money, is it? Or something like that?
I swear that's it.
I'm gonna find this.
Like, Jack's one of those, I can imagine him being like, I love money, money loves me. He'd be the one dishing it out. He'd have like loads of words on his hands.
So this is You're a Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero, I think. Yeah, and the money mantra that she says to do is I love money when it was me. And whenever I listen to that audiobook, like, it gets to it and I'm like, I'm not going to shout because my kids are asleep, but he'd be like, I love money, money loves me. I love money, money loves me. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's how it goes. I went down there because that's where the mic was.
Blew up the mic, mate. Blew up the mic.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, it's what.
Yeah, but I tell you also, that's really fulfilling, guys. If you ever, I know it's stupid to say, but I've done it before where I've had like a good few notes on me. Obviously, as Jack said, he does use his card a lot. So do I. I'm very a card person now. I don't really carry cash because I feel like, don't know, it's just easier with the card. But obviously, we have that money there to put the thank you on everything. But if you ever do have notes, it's sometimes fun when you're really in the moment, stand there with words on your hand and literally do that. It feels great.
Yeah, for sure. When did I last do that? I can't even remember what we did it for.
Wasn't it a challenge?
No, I don't think it was a challenge. I think it was when we got it was long back. I think it was when we got this house. I think it was when we moved, just before moving to this house that New Year. Like, I got like a big wad of cash, obviously, to pay deposit and things. And you know, because that's just how we did it. And yeah, I was like, that's awesome, just to hold like just like a grand in your hand. You know,
I hope you didn't pay for the house like that. It's like, oh, okay, send money. It's like, there you go.
Yeah, right. But like, how are you saying like you use card now? Like, I don't even use card. Technically, I'm using card, but Apple Pay, like, it's so freaking easy to pay on Apple Pay, and you can, and it's limitless. Like, it is literally limitless. I pay everything through Apple Pay. Like,
that's scary as well. We'll just be like, ding, ding.
It is like it is. So quick. Like doing the shop at Asda and things like that, or in any supermarket. Other supermarkets are available. Please don't just pick Asda just because I said so. Just gotta put out there disclaimer. And like, yeah, like the bill might be, I don't know, 100 quid spent in Asda for you guys over in the US, like Walmart for you, right? Like just like an Apple Pay it, and it's like as if that I've literally in a split second been able to pay for £100 worth of produce or, you know, food and drink and whatever, in like a split second. Like, that is the way the world's going, right? Like, for sure. To be honest, I wouldn't even do the Asda shop if I had my own way. But when you do this online bullshit, like, they don't give you good food, do they? Like, the dates are wrong. I'm not saying the dates are wrong, like the dates are right, obviously, but you know, they give you a full week's worth of shopping that runs out tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? Come on into it. Yeah.
Yeah, they always do. Like, you actually have to go there and
when when they get better, exactly, dig. And at the beginning of the pandemic, I know we're going to go over here slightly, but at the beginning of the pandemic, I was sort of like, not wanting to touch everything, because I thought, like, are people going to be like, you shouldn't really be doing that? Do you know what I mean? But about 2 months in, I was like, fuck this shit. Like, I need good dates and stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's just how I need it.
Yeah,
guys, yeah, for sure. Guys, what I want to share with you guys right now is, of course, as I said at the beginning, you can click the link in the show notes below. For you guys on Facebook, for you guys on YouTube, there's one in the description as well. Check it out. There's a link. It is currently at a2digital.jackdiarca.com. There is another link as well you can do, which
mine.
Yeah, it's yours. Yeah,
my bad. Yeah, which is a2digital.shaunacegan.com. So you've got those two links to use. So yeah, we've made it. It goes to our link tree, which links to all our pages for A2 Digital. So
yeah, for sure. And as the different podcast streaming services come available as well, they're going to be going on there as well. I'm still pushing to get it on Apple Podcasts, because that's where I'm at. I like Apple Podcasts. Like, I don't really use Spotify. I don't really use any of the other streaming services. I use Apple Podcasts, and so I want to get it on there so bad, and I'm trying my bloody best to do it for you guys, which is going to be awesome. If for any chance you are over on the podcast, or whatever, and you want to give us a little bit of a review or a little bit of living on that, and that would be awesome. But yeah, you're more than welcome to come join our Facebook group at any time that you want. I think we're like 89, 90 members now, which is pretty epic to say. We've only been doing this like 7 weeks, and we've not really like pushed anybody to come into this group. Like, we're just letting people find it organically, if you will. We feel as though people finding this group more organically and wanting to have our content and wanting to have our services, they're going to get more from it, rather than us just being like, let's get all these people to join our group, let's make it look absolutely huge, but then no one actually be there. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So although there's like only 90 odd people in the Facebook group right now, and there may be only like a couple of people, you know, maybe 5-10 people active at any one time, like, that's what we want. We would rather have growth like that, and gradual growth, rather than this a lot of people doing nothing, right? We want to help people.
We want a realistic growth.
Yeah, we want the realistic growth. We want to help people that want helping, right?
So as we said with the money mindset, look at your journey, and this is our journey, because we can look back and be like, wow, do you remember? And that's what it is for us. This is a journey for us too, doing this, because it's been such a massive blast for both of us, and we love hanging out with you every Thursday night and going over the time to keep you an extra 2 minutes. But we absolutely love spending our Thursdays with you and talking the heads off you, and talking a lot of sometimes because we're not getting our words out, but we absolutely love being here with you guys. We really enjoy it, and we're thankful for those who are in and interested and invest in themselves.
Yeah, for sure. Like, we're just here. We're not here to monetize anything. Like, this group is going to be totally free, and so we're literally just doing this for fun for us, for growth for us, like for people to come and see who we are, and for people to have that free knowledge from us. If they do decide they want to come and work with us more closely, then the option is always there. But are we ever going to push that upon them? Like, now and again, possibly we may like give them the option to do that, you know, maybe once every blue moon. But are we going to be like every single week, come and work with us, No, we're not, because that's not why we're here.
No.
We want to help you in the beneficial way possible. And we know that a lot of people like the free content, you know, for sure. Like, people over on my Instagram and stuff, like, they love me doing go lives, and they, you know, on my Facebook, on my personal pages, and my business pages. Like, they love me going on lives and either jumping on the whiteboard and giving them demonstrations and educating them. Like, they love it, right? So if we can put all this into one place in a group, and obviously podcasts and YouTube, then it's freaking awesome for us, right?
Yeah.
That's sort of where Race Digital stem from.
Yeah, no, exactly. We're just we thankful definitely for the opportunity, and we're just so excited to see where it's going to go, and we're excited to hang out with you guys, and just hope you enjoy the content we're giving you and what we're bringing you. And we hope that obviously it's not going to be an easy journey if you do decide to tag along and want to change your mindset and join in the fun with us and have your own journey. It's not going to be easy, but we are here to support 100% of the way. Our inboxes are always open, and we're not scary. We're crazy, we're not scary.
Yeah, for sure. But that has been us. We thank you for the time. We have gone 5 minutes over. But yeah, that is it from us. See you next week. See you in the groups of the week as well. Peace out, guys.
Peace out. Bye.